My girlfriend pointed an unloaded gun in my face. It happened last Tuesday around 9 p.m. I was at my girlfriend Emma's apartment watching Netflix when she randomly got up and went to her bedroom. I thought she was just going to the bathroom or something, but then she came back holding her dad's old hunting rifle. The thing looked ancient but well-maintained. "Check this out," she said, pointing it directly at my forehead from maybe 3 feet away. My dad taught me how to use this when I was 12. I literally froze, like completely stopped breathing for a second. The barrel was staring me right in the face, and all I could think was how massive it looked from that angle. My heart started pounding so hard I could hear it in my ears. "Emma, what the hell are you doing?" I managed to say, trying not to move. She laughed like it was the funniest thing ever. "Relax, it's not loaded. See?" She pulled the trigger, and nothing happened except for a loud click. But hearing that click while looking down the barrel made my stomach drop into my shoes. "Are you insane? You never point a gun at someone, loaded or not." I was practically yelling at this point. She rolled her eyes. "God, you're such a baby. It's empty, I checked." My dad always kept the ammo locked up separately anyway. But here's the thing. I grew up around guns too. My uncle took me hunting every fall since I was 10, and the first rule he drilled into my head was, you never, ever point a firearm at anything you don't intend to destroy. Loaded or unloaded doesn't matter. It's like gun safety 101. "Emma, this isn't a joke. That's literally the most dangerous thing you can do with a gun," I said, standing up slowly with my hands visible. "Even if you think it's empty." She was still holding it casually, like it was a toy or something. "You're being dramatic. I've handled this gun a million times." That's when I decided to prove my point. I asked her to hand me the rifle, and she did, still thinking I was overreacting. I pointed it toward the ground and worked the bolt action to check the chamber. A live round ejected onto her carpet. The color drained from her face instantly. We both just stared at this brass cartridge sitting on her light blue carpet between her coffee table and couch. The silence was so thick you could cut it with a knife. "Oh my God," she whispered. "I thought I checked earlier." Turns out her dad had actually loaded it recently because there'd been reports of coyotes in their neighborhood. He'd forgotten to mention it to Emma when she moved back home temporarily after college. The safety was on, but that doesn't mean anything when you're pointing it at someone's face. I picked up the round and set it on her kitchen counter. My hands were shaking a little bit, which I tried to hide. "Emma, if you'd sneezed or tripped or accidentally bumped the trigger wrong, I'd be dead right now." She sat down heavily on her couch and put her head in her hands. "I'm so sorry. I had no idea. I really thought it was empty." We spent the next hour talking about gun safety. I explained the basic rules my uncle taught me. Treat every gun like it's loaded. Never point it at anything you don't want to destroy. Keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. And always be sure of your target and what's beyond it. Emma kept apologizing over and over. She said she'd grown up around guns, but had gotten too comfortable with them, especially since her dad usually handled all the serious safety stuff. She admitted she'd never actually been taught the fundamental rules, just how to operate the rifle for hunting. The crazy part is, this whole thing actually made our relationship stronger. She took gun safety classes the following week, and now she's more careful with firearms than I am. But for those few seconds when I was staring down that barrel, all I could think about was how a simple mistake could have ended everything. Her dad was mortified when we told him what happened. He immediately bought a proper gun safe and made sure Emma knew the combination. He also spent an entire weekend going over safety protocols with both of us.